Flat Earth Debate live. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live, and there's also a Ko-Fi, Patreon, crypto, and thanks button in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show on Facebook and X. Now we are joined by Eli, Click OK, One Deck, Refracted Curvature, and a whole bunch of people in the Flat Earth Debate Politics Discord server. So welcome one and all.
Hello. Greetings, everybody.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, good evening, welcome one and all. Hey.
Hello, hello.
We're still coming to the politics server, although I think our services are kind of redundant here, as everyone knows what to do with globe believers. So as much as it's fun smacking around the globe believers while we're here, it might be the case that in future we find a different server to better utilise our skills, let's just say. But for now...
Is there a G+ link?
Yeah, there is a G+ link.
Yeah, you like asked where it was right below the link.
Yeah.
I don't have it, so.
You want to post it again, Neil?
I'll send it to you. I'll handle it. I'll get it.
I've got it. I'll do it again. There you go, Neil. Are you in the politics server then, I take it, Neil?
I didn't realise that was
hanging with the cool crew tonight, Nathan.
AJ and One Deck. Go on, AJ.
I was saying, yeah, he's hanging with the cool crew tonight out in the politics server.
What's going on with this guy with the container trying to prove we don't need a container for gas pressure?
It's a pseudo container, mate.
Well, right. Yeah, you just get your force that's not a force and not included in the molecular model to assert that there is a force acting on molecules that's not part of that model. And then you say, a pseudo force can change the vector of particles, but you can't.
No, but while Nathan was starting the show, he wanted us to understand what's going on inside the container. Are you serious?
So you guys are having a show making a straw man of my argument before you were streaming?
That's exactly what you said.
It's not what I said.
You're talking about what's going on inside your containment that you say we don't need for gas pressure. Good job.
That's a complete straw man.
Okay, can you demonstrate the gas pressure without container then?
If you would like for me to demonstrate gas pressure without a container, then you can look at the pressure differential in the atmosphere.
In human history, nobody did it. Now you will get the Nobel Prize.
Listen to what he said. He used the atmosphere. So you want me to just look up, right? Good job.
It's begging the question. Sorry, so it's begging the question. The air doesn't take a sphere shape, though, does it? So that's begging the question that air would arbitrarily... I'm still talking, sir. Is this you being your reasonable self that you asked? Is this you being reasonable while you talk through me, rebutting you? So I refute what he says, and he immediately starts chanting through me. No, sir. Air does not take sphere shapes. That's begging the question. You automatically assume that your gas, in your worldview, arbitrarily takes a sphere shape around a globe. You said atmosphere. That's oxymoronic. Gas doesn't take sphere shapes for you to assume that you've got a gradiated atmosphere. That's begging the question.
Is it not reasonable when you measure as you go up and up in elevation and you measure less and less and less pressure dropping off asymptotically to zero?
Elevation?
No, that's a violation of lateral law. So when you say dropping off to zero, no, that's a violation of the second law of thermodynamics. You can have a gas pressure gradient in containment. That's in line with entropic law. dropping to zero without containment, which is what you've just said, violates the second law of thermodynamics. No, gas fills space. Doesn't just dissipate without containment. You can't form gas pressure gradients without first forming gas pressure. It must be contained to form pressure.
First of all, I said drop off asymptotically. If you quote me, please include the exact quote, because that changes what I say if you drop that out. And second, it is contained by the force of gravity.
No, it isn't. Gravity is not a force. We covered this. You're just a chanting zealot at this point, chanting that you've got a force, when I've given you Cox quotes and Musa quotes and described what superseded it 110 years ago with bent pseudo-Riemannian geometry. None of that's being acknowledged. You just keep appealing to this force that it isn't. No, gravity does not hold gas without containment. That violates the second law of thermodynamics. There are no demonstrations of a force of gravity holding gas in containment because, number one, that violates natural law. Number two, gravity is not a force.
Well, okay. So I would like to explicitly say, right? You said I haven't acknowledged your point about gravity not being a force. So let me explicitly acknowledge gravity is a pseudo force. However, pseudo forces can still be measured in the units of force of newtons. My example of this is other pseudo forces like centrifugal or centripetal forces, which again can be measured acting on objects measured in newtons as forces. It's the same with the pseudo force of gravity. So
No,
I
it isn't.
acknowledge your point.
No, it's not.
Objection.
No, it isn't. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I don't care about your newtons. You're not going to change the vector of a particle with a pseudo force. Not something that's independent. That is not going to happen.
Gas centrifuges use centrifugal force to enrich uranium gas. We do it all the time.
No,
Exactly.
No, they use the inertia of the container.
Centrifugal forces can absolutely alter the trajectory of
Sorry,
objects.
it's getting
within the
rumpus.
center.
John's getting rumpus. Like, within containment, right?
Yeah, the container.
Was that in contention?
There's not
It's-
a
oh
force.
my God.
There's not a centrifugal force acting on the gas. That's not happening.
Really? Because from the NRC, they say that they use centrifugal forces to enrich uranium gases. So do you disagree with the entire nuclear industry?
In containment.
You want to tell them that they don't use centrifugal forces?
In containment. Yeah, the sky's not a vacuum.
Yes, that was not in
Yeah, I'm
contention.
responding to you. The sky's not a
It is.
vacuum. I'm responding, asshole. Is it me, or is it me responding with you yammering through the top of the response? Yeah, because you can feel it coming. Yeah, your example has containment, though, doesn't it?
I know, but the
Yes,
claim
so the
was
sky
that
is not a
pseudo-forces-
vacuum,
Okay.
asshole. You don't need to yammer through you affirming that which we're arguing about, which you're trying to whistle past. Yeah, so we'll need containment then.
Sup, losers?
I'm responding to the
on?
claim that pseudo forces do not affect the vector of gas.
I couldn't
That
give a
was the
crap.
claim I was responding to.
Pseudo-gravity doesn't hold gas in a sphere shape. Oxymoronic sphere-shaped gas, that's atmosphere, is an oxymoron that won't be achieved with a force of gravity because gravity isn't a force. It's not going to change the vector of
Nathan, can I
gas
ask you a
particles.
question?
I'm getting yammered through again. I asked in the pre-show, why do we have to put up with this shit from idiots who are wrong? No, this idiot's just wrong. Pseudo forces don't change the vectors of gas. John's pointed that out. He's been completely ignored. Now we're talking about some other example that's got a container. So we will absolutely need containment to form pressure for gases. That is the point. The sky vacuum's debunked. You can't have gas pressure without containment. Your example has containment.
Nathan, I have a question, if I can ask. So using the framework of, like, you know, Einstein's gravitational field equations, have you looked at how much gas you would need in order for that amount of gas to be held together by the force of gravity?
It's not a force.
Einstein's
Oh my
equations?
God. Are you dense?
Pseudo force. Sorry.
Sorry, there's no
it's just
effect
policing the language
that a
at this point.
pseudo force is going to have on the vector of a gas particle. That's been pointed out. You keep whistling past the graveyard.
Centrifugal forces are pseudo forces.
I couldn't give a shit. Sorry, and our gas is affected. Sorry, and we have a contained system for your centrifugal example in containment to be applicable to Earth, do we, sir? Shut up. Whoever that is, mute this asshole who's interrupted with that shit twice. Shut up! Yeah, we haven't got a centrifuge around Earth in your heliocentric sky vacuum world. You've got no containment at all. That's the point of the debate. You yammering on about how pseudo-Riemannian geometry with interruption constantly is going to somehow affect the direction of a gas particle. You're wrong. It's not a force. Pseudo-forces don't affect gases.
So, Nathan, we do have observations of like molecular clouds, like nebulae and things in space. So I'm just asking, how much gas do you think it would take for the force of gravity as reported by Einstein? I know you don't think it's a thing, but just according to the equations, how much gas would it take?
It's not a force. Can you just shut him up? I'm sick of it. He keeps asking me about what a force will do when it's not a force. Piss off. Get lost. I'm not answering your question about what a force will do when I've told you about 6 times it's not a force. Oh, well, tell me what the pseudo-force would do. Nothing. It won't do anything. Gas would just fill the sky vacuum. We'd all be dead. Ergo, there's not a sky vacuum. To be breathing, the gas must be contained.
Well, stop letting them use gravity.
Well, also in the centrifuge, it's the movement of the container. The gas is acting as gas does. The movement of the container is what's changing. Like when you wave your hand through the air and you increase the pressure of the gas that's already. But see, you have to have gas pressure to do these things first.
Well, why are we allowing them to use gravity?
We're not.
I don't get use it both frustrating me.
No, we're not. Not let them use anything. Oh, you must use
So when
your
they come in and say gravity is a pseudo force, what the hell is gravity? That's never been proven. See you later.
Yeah, so outer space is fake. It violates the second law of thermodynamics to assert that the sky is a vacuum and that the gas we're breathing is not under containment. It must be.
The centrifugal claims were from Euclidean. Did you want to move on and address those with Euclidean and leave Grayson?
Maybe not. So, yeah, space is fake. All of the numpties that think they're on a ball flying through a sky vacuum need to look at what the second law of thermodynamics is and how gas actually behaves. It fills volumes. If the sky is a volume, an area available to the gas we're all breathing, then we'd have never developed gas pressure to breathe. We'd all be dead.
All right, Nathan, you said that pseudo forces cannot affect the vector of gases.
No, I said gas fills space. It's the second law of thermodynamics. I debunked the sky vacuum with entropic laws of nature. That's dispersion of gas into volume. That's what I said. Some other guy brought up pseudo forces, and I pointed out that they're not applicable. He used multiple types, centrifugal, intermolecular, and gravity. I pointed out that not applicable to gas dispersion, that's described in laws of nature. Is this a straw man based on another opponent's position that they put to me? Sounds like it.
Okay, so pseudo forces can affect the vector of gases?
So gas fills space. Gas fills space. I didn't talk about pseudo forces. That was what my opponent talked about. I took it apart as not applicable to gases filling space. Second time's a charm. Do you only need the straw man based on what my opponent put to me? Because I didn't suggest this. This was my opponent's position, shithead. Second time.
So should I record the claim of you saying verbatim that gases or that pseudo forces don't affect the vector of gases?
Stuttery.
You made the claim.
Yeah, stuttery. Gases fill space. That's my point. That's my argument.
Okay, so he's not repeating his claim, even though I will record it and show it to you?
I couldn't give a shit what you do. You're not addressing what I've said. You're telling me you're going to present a recording to me when I'm telling you my argument right now. Gas fills space. Therefore, the sky is not a vacuum. That's my argument. Deal with that.
It's just weird how you're not repeating your claim. I get it. Falling back.
Unless it's what you want to attack, you can't cope. You're a pathetic man. So I put something to you, you can't cope with what you can only chant through me, right, while I'm reiterating that which you can't cope with. Yeah, gas fills space. Sky is not a vacuum. We're debating it because this is a flat Earth debate. It's not centrifugal force debate. It's not intermolecular force debate. It's not pseudo force debate. It's flat Earth debate. And contradictory to the flat Earth measurements that we actually use is an assertion that those measurements, when converted into sphericity, put the world in orbital motion in a sky vacuum. which violates natural law. That's my debunking of your sky vacuum. Simple.
So you no longer claim that pseudo forces can affect the vector of gas.
So
you will be on that. You will not
sham
listen what he
forces.
said.
Sham forces.
Right.
They're fake.
So if they're sham forces,
Sorry,
then they won't
define
affect
pseudo.
them.
Do you want to define what pseudo means?
In between being real and fake.
No, that's not the
But
definition
we
of pseudo. You're just making shit up like that. I'm just talking while you're talking, it seems. You're just making shit up. Where did you get that citation from? Let's hear it. Where's it from?
Oh, that's just my.
I just made shit up, did you, Glying Glurf? Just made it up. So it's pretty important. You're saying a pseudo force is affecting things, and you're telling me I've claimed it or refuted it. What does pseudo mean?
Centrifugal forces are considered pseudo
Don't
forces
stutter.
as well.
Define pseudo.
Because you're fucking interrupting me, shithead.
Yes, because you're not defining what pseudo means.
Centrifugal forces are considered pseudo forces, dude.
Sorry, so you're going to define pseudo? Sorry, you're going to keep yammering. Is this you losing badly?
Me.
Maybe just keep talking while I point out
Nathan.
badly you've lost. Maybe if you keep talking, it'll be perceived as a win. You want to define what pseudo means so we can establish whether or not I need to concern myself with what pseudo forces will do? Let's just define what pseudo means. Go ahead.
All right, from AJ, resembling or imitating can be one definition.
So it's resembling a force. So it's not actually a force then, it's just resembling one. All right, I don't concern myself with things that resemble forces.
He did pick and choose here. There's two definitions. I just quickly threw something from Oxford in. And the first definition is supposed, perpetrating, to be, but not really. So false or not genuine.
I've got not genuine,
Yes,
spurious. I've got not genuine, spurious, sham. That's what I've got.
Centrifugal force is considered a pseudo force, and that affects the vector of gas, which is the thing that we're talking about. You made the claim that pseudo forces cannot affect the vector of gases, but gas centrifuges use pseudo forces to do that.
Sorry, and this proves.
No, they don't.
Sorry, hold on, John. Don't take the John. Don't take the red herring. Sorry, and this proves that the sky's a vacuum, does it?
That wasn't the thing that I was talking about.
I was. Oh, maybe this red herring's useful then. So it's just a red herring then. Okay, well, we'll just shut this stupid shit down immediately then. Yeah, it doesn't have any address to the sky vacuum claim then. It's just some spurious shit you think you can hold me to based on a recording that has no relevance to the sky not being a vacuum. How interesting that you'd hold up this red herring like the recording was really critical. So it's not important then. Jolly good. Yeah, it's non sequitur to the sky vacuum. It's not what you were talking about. It's definitely what you feel the need to interrupt over, though, right? You need to use your mute button, though, because it's not what you were talking about. Yeah, we were talking about the sky not being a vacuum, like the entire heliocentric paradigm being based in a vacuum that violates natural law, and you muppets saying that, no, we can still have gas here without containment. Look at all these examples of gas in containment. Or we can talk about something else, like centrifugal forces, and how they are completely non sequitur to the sky vacuum that we're discussing, because you're not discussing that. Yeah, it seems like a bit of a red herring then. Maybe you could sit down and shut up rather than giving us your fallacious red herring next time. Thank you.
Yep. Your claim was shit, and you're not going to be able to.
That's not a good rebuttal, sir. That's you flailing. Yeah. That's you flailing, sir. Yeah, I cite second law of thermodynamics, and you say, you don't know. You haven't got a good argument. No, I've got the second law of thermodynamics. It's a law of nature that describes how gas fills spaces. And your sky vacuum is a space that gas would fill if we had one. Therefore, we haven't.
And how does that pertain to pseudo forces, Nathan? Which is what we were talking about.
It doesn't. It's non sequitur, a red herring that you seem to want to bring up because you can't cope with the fact that we haven't got a sky vacuum for men to float around in. So you bring up non sequitur red herrings. It's got nothing to do with this non sequitur you guys brought up and tried to strawman me with, like I'd made a claim about pseudo forces. No, it's irrelevant and non sequitur to the gas filling the space that would be there if you had your sky vacuum belief. It'd violate natural law.
So why did you choose to engage with me about the pseudo force?
Get rid of this guy.
You're trying to say
Get rid of this guy.
Not what we were talking about for the past 10 minutes?
It's non sequitur.
No, you were engaging.
Sorry, are the gases we're breathing subject to a centrifugal force? There's that protracted silence from a glurf muppet who's got absolutely nothing. That would be me taking a giant shit on this wanker who's now interrupting me.
Because I was muted.
He's now interrupting me after a long silence. You had nothing to say in that silence, sir. Yeah, shut up, dickhead with a globe belief. This is non sequitur. Your pseudo, sham, fake, not genuine forces aren't going to stop gas filling space, making your sky vacuum, your religion of space, fake. Nothing you can do with your non sequiturs and red herrings will change that. I thank you. Now that's the approach.
Even if pseudo forces did affect gas, which they don't, you would still need a container.
Exactly.
Yeah, I never thought in all my life I'd hear people saying that pseudo forces have a causal mechanism in them to actually do something. That's
stupid, idiotic.
The pseudo force only works if you've got a pseudo container, guys.
112 people.
How you
watching.
can get
Please share the show.
How you can get centrifugal force?
You actually have to have something moving, like with an actual force applied to it.
Okay.
It's non sequitur though, Sasha. It's not relevant.
Yeah, but in a sense of moving, he will explain that Earth is moving, and that centrifugal force is moving also atmosphere, and somehow that moving, no?
The outside of the container needs to move, yeah? The outside of what's containing.
Oh.
The globe doesn't have containment according to them.
What it is the acceleration, right, is of the centrifuge. Is the centrifuge moving? The gas is behaving as gas does, but the available microstates are constantly changing because the centrifuge is spinning. It's not centrifugal force. You can measure newtons out of that, sure, but it's not the gas. I don't know what to say to it. It's insane.
Meanwhile, all this is happening over a flat stationary Earth.
Yes.
That we know for a fact is measured flat at sea level. So regardless of what gases do and how they behave, we do live on a flat stationary Earth, and we can actually prove and demonstrate that with measurements of latitude, celestial navigation, and a lot of other things. Pitch data from aeroplanes. The Earth's definitely flat, and it's definitely stationary.
And the sky is definitely not a vacuum.
Well, what about how about I use the Earth curve calculator and point out that it utilizes Earth as a flat plane to calculate how much curvature there is? I think I'd like that one.
You guys.
Yeah, but refracted, we don't want to talk about measurements of Earth, mate, because that destroys them. So we just need to talk about lights in the sky and gas particles, because that takes everything away from the actual evidence that we live on a flat stationary plane, which is what they don't want to talk about.
I think they want to talk about angles.
Well, they do until we point out that they're with respect to the surface of Earth, like the horizontal plane that you're measuring for elevation angles. They'll deny that the elevation angles have got anything to do with the surface. That's what we had in the pre-show.
Oh, yeah. Elevation has nothing to do with the surface.
Yeah, that's my reaction as well.
It is referring to above sea level, isn't it, though? It needs a level reference of plane to get the elevation, don't we? A horizontal plane of reference, sea level, not sea curved.
Yeah, you couldn't be sea curved or it wouldn't be forming an angle, would it?
Exactly.
Well, you could use your eye curve. I mean, eye level. It's not curved. Level doesn't curve. Duh.
Just for the Discord server, in case you're not following along, what John's pointing out is that your Earth curve mathematics also measures Earth flat, And we're just kind of wondering if any of the globe believers in this server were aware that Earth curve mathematics utilizes measurements of Earth as a flat plane to assert Earth curve. Did any of you guys know that? Obviously not. Earth's measured flat for Earth curve inference. The calculations of Earth curve that only exist in Earth curve maths are based on measurements of a flat Earth. They're right there in the Earth curve maths, surface level and parallel eye level.
Even the two, their supposed globe arguments and proofs from thousands of years ago, involving, the Greeks and Albert Rooney, they're also flat Earth elevation angle measurements. Nothing to do with measuring curvature whatsoever.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, it's not like Aristotle measured the angle of a shadow with respect to the surface of Earth.
That's exactly what he did.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's an elevation angle. Yeah.
Yeah, he measured Earth flat. And likewise, the guys down in Antarctica, down being the antipodal assumption they make for a ball belief, actually south, they also measured Earth flat. They took the elevation angle measurements of the sun as it went around them for 24 hours on a flat plane.
Oh.
No, they didn't. They affirmed the consequent.
I got a poem about that,
No,
Nathan.
they didn't, Neil. They didn't affirm the consequent. We kept pointing out that they would have to affirm the consequent. They never actually did. They said the globe... They didn't say anything about the globe. They said the flat Earth model fails. And then they offered actual globe Earth proof in the form of flat Earth elevation angle measurements of the shadows. So they measured Earth flat.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jiren and the rest of them. They went there. I don't care what you say. They went there affirming the consequent.
I'm sure they did, Neil. That's fine. But when they were going there, they probably used a compass, right? North, south, east, and west. Do you know that you have to level a compass with respect to a horizontal plane?
Yeah, it's a flat instrument. Yes, it's flat. Jaren can't even hold the compass the right way around.
I heard one deck say he's got a poem.
Yeah, it was just to do with what you've been saying, McLooney Tune measuring angles like his Greek pal did 2,000 years ago. And here we are again with them going somewhere, measuring elevation angles, trying to prove to live on a globe. So I wrote a few words, short poem. It's called Eratosthenes Returns, #Looney Tune. Eratosthenes, what have you done? 2,000 years later, measuring angles to the sun. Eratosthenes, the earth is measured flat. Eratosthenes, the Greeks all knew that. And your sundial #experiment has just double proved that. Vertical and horizontal, nothing to do with curves. You've just shown us the angle measurements using the surface of Earth. Eratosthenes, when you gonna learn?
Oh,
very good. I want to know when the mainstream will catch up with TFE and start pumping it out. I assume they're like us and they want to see the dust settle before they start picking out bits of it to put onto their channels. But very few people have actually picked up on it. Hardly any mainstream coverage. I thought it would just keep flowing in. And we had Cox cover it in the Mail. I think no, not the Mail, the Times. And then it was the New York Times and the Mail in England. And that was it. Very little articles and very little else. I thought there'd be tons of it.
They got to release the documentary. It's going to get worse. You'll see.
Well, they might, but I don't think they would want to. They want it to stay in the fringes of this subculture that we're part of. I don't think they want it to the main people.
No,
I don't think so.
Duffy wants that out there.
Well, I'm sure Duffy does, but I would have expected the order of things to be a few big name YouTubers like pick it up and go with it. I think one did, Some Ordinary Gamers, who's got maybe 1 million subscribers or more. But then I thought, your PewDiePies and whoever else would be shortly behind, right? But they haven't. After that, mainstream news would be covering it. That's what I thought would be the order of things. But it's just faded into nothing.
Well, what happened with the Netflix? Is that how it went down? The mainstream grabbed it right away? Because I don't remember.
I don't know. If there's going to be a Netflix documentary, it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? Maybe there will be.
No, I'm asking about the one that Bob Nodell and them were on. Was that picked up right away by mainstream?
Well, it's just a production company that's produced it and then sold it. So they sold it to Netflix. Behind the Curve you're talking about.
That's correct. So don't worry. The business partners are still together. They'll hash it out and they'll sell it to somebody.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure Jaron is the one I heard say that the horizon was your eye level.
Again, John? The horizon what?
I'd have to go back and watch that documentary again, but I'm pretty sure Jaron claimed that the horizon rises to your eye level, right? Instead of at your eye level, like it's really dangerous ground to be on because you do have a dip correction from eye level to the horizon, depending upon your altitude, and it does appear to rise as you go up. But that, you know what I mean? Like you're working with apparent, not actual things. So it's the language can get iffy.
Sure. It appears to rise to eye level, when in reality the horizon itself is formed with the surface that you're above, so it can only be below you. Therefore, the higher you go, the more it drops with respect to the fact that it's below you. Makes perfect sense when you actually understand how the horizon's formed. Go ahead, whoever that was.
Yeah, prove it.
Eli, what the hell, man? Order.
Eli, you're supposed to be off mute. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think that the mainstream would pick it up, or PewDiePie or all these people would pick it up. The larger portion of us were all ignorant.
My name's Nathan Oakley, and I steal Patreons from people with my mental illness.
Sorry, somebody was seeking globe cope by attacking me, the man, from the Discord server. Eli, I'm so sorry.
Look in the chat.
2016 was a different. Oh, please.
Go on, the airwaves are clear.
Do I
Eli.
have to come in there?
Go. What have you got to say?
It is now. Okay. It's a different time. They can't.
Did someone say heat rises?
Is that the same guy?
Well, Eli, he's picking a fight with you, Eli.
Might get that hand.
That's what they want. They want you to get irritated.
Yeah. Why are you guys irritated?
Yeah, no one.
Because you're irritating.
Just Nathan Oakley steals people's money with his fake beliefs.
I waited for you to finish. No one's supposed to be doing indoors. Come in there and do it myself.
Well, I'm trying to catch them all
Eli.
out, but I got 3 different people at once, and there's about 50 people in the room, so I'm scrolling and getting them. I've got 2. There's one more.
Drew.
Yeah, Eli.
Right, let's let Eli get to the end of his bleeding point, and then AJ can take control of whoever he wants to really introduce the conversation. Go ahead, Eli. 3rd time's a charm.
There'd have been 0 people putting out of the 16. Wouldn't right for the picking for Netflix or the new anyone to pick up. They don't do the dumb shit they used to do before because they have people like us. The people are too aware. They have to change their tactics. That's why it wasn't going to be big. It was going to be based on how we responded. We have responded. It was a nothing burger. They can't do anything with that. I think they know that. That's it.
Okay.
I beg to differ. You'll see.
Okay. We'll see, I guess. Right. There's lots of people in need of pain relief, it seems, AJ. Is it AJ that was talking a second ago?
Yeah. We've got Drew. We've got Fitzits. Let's go Fitzits, because Drew's. Fitzits, you're up, buddy.
Can I come back on as well after to talk about measurements?
Shit sits.
Oh, sorry, I'm unmuted. Thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your question? What did you have to say?
I don't have a question. I just find you entertaining.
Find what?
Thank you. I said I just find you entertaining. Thank you. I also really respect what you do.
No, this is the guy who just said you stole Patreons or something like that.
No, that was Drew. Drew said he stole Patreons.
I don't know if you know
I said that he's
Patreon works.
monetizing them.
Okay,
And
fine.
Yeah, you can't steal Patreons.
Hang on. And
you can't steal
Fitz
Patreons,
said,
no.
also likes to milk those, even more mentally unwell, which is
Yeah.
genius. Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Like a
Yeah, I
cow.
said that. Yeah, like a lol cow, actually. Milked for content.
I think it's just flattering that all you guys come in here and just prove flat Earth. That's all you do is you only prove the Earth is flat, and it's so flattering to us. Thank you, Glovers. Thank
It
you.
doesn't make a difference to me.
I just want to say thank
I
you.
really think about.
You've only, yeah, I know. That's all you can think about is proving flat Earth. Sad.
Flattering. Nice pun.
Yes, it's very flattering to me and the rest of people in this room.
Hold on, let me check one thing quickly.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't make a difference for you, but you are here.
Lovely little command.
It
Yeah, so
doesn't
this
make
guy
a
has
difference
nothing
for
to
you.
He has
Did you say
nothing.
it doesn't make a difference for you?
What, whether the Earth's flat or not? Why would that make a difference to me?
But you are here. You are not in cinema.
I'm not in cinema. Sorry, what do you mean?
It don't matter.
I mean, you are not watching movie. You are here on 24/7 Flat Earth Politics server, and you are
yeah,
saying,
no, this is cinema though. This is content.
yeah, and you are saying I don't care about this topic, but I'm here.
Yeah, I find the people that do care really entertaining.
That means you are going to the places what you don't like. You always go to that place. For example, if I don't like cinema and I don't like movies, I every day go to watch movies. That's my logic. It's like yours.
I don't mind cinema. I don't mind cinema at all. I don't mind flat Earth.
Yeah, that means you yeah.
All right. Well,
Clown shoes can't even
Fitz,
check the logic, so there's no need.
if you've got nothing that you'd like to contribute, just mute up your microphone for us, yeah?
Yeah, I had nothing. Thank you.
No worries.
It's all right. But no, that's fine. Like I don't really care what the nature of the surface is, but I do know. Well, hold on. But I do know what the nature is of the surface. I can prove it. Everyone measures it that way. What's wrong with that? Why I don't see why somebody would be triggered so badly by it.
It's because there's a distinction that's now been drawn that TFE has elucidated for us, which is that there's the cultists of flat Earth who believe in things like domes, ice walls, azimuthal equidistant projections, and they're all nutters, and people are amused by them. Now, on the other side of that coin, you've got us, where we talk about how Earth is measured flat, and we are very triggering to those who come to be amused by cultists who believe Earth's flat. So we're a bit of a shock to some people, which is why you're being asked.
And it's navigated flat. I mean, they navigated. Sorry, mate. Go on.
I was saying our next troll, Drew, wanted to pipe up and jump in. Maybe he's got something to add.
The Patreons guy.
I don't know if that was Drew.
No, he's a waste of space. We can move possibly back to Grayson. Or yeah. Grayson Hawk, you there, Sunshine?
I've got some substantive measurements of Earth curve.
Okay. You'll be measuring Earth flat for him. I absolutely guarantee you.
Okay, so do we want to touch on any of the gravity gas container stuff that we were talking about before, or should we just move on to the Earth curve? Because you said, looking up at the sky doesn't really change anything for you anyway.
That a quote? Was that a quote?
Straight to the sky.
Was that a quote?
Oh, no. Sorry, it was a paraphrase.
What were you paraphrasing? Can you quote what I actually said then, please?
I couldn't give you an exact quote, but you said something along the lines of that the lights in the sky
No, stop. I've already stopped you doing this once. Stop. No, don't just make shit up that I haven't said and say you're paraphrasing. And then when I say, well, what's the exact quote you're paraphrasing? You don't know. And you're just going to make up more shit I haven't said?
Do we want to get to measurements of Earth curve?
Could you paraphrase what I actually said to you? Rather than you making up shit that I didn't say, paraphrase some of the things I did. Go.
Well, this wasn't what you had said to me earlier that I was talking about.
Oh,
It
so
was
you just weren't
after
listening to anything I
were
said
talking
to you.
the other guy.
So you can't. Is that a no? You can't.
No, I mean I'm happy to do so if you want me to talk about.
Yeah, ideally, yes. You just made up shit I didn't
we were
say.
talking about.
Yeah, you're objectionable. You're a prick. You're objectionable because you just made up shit I didn't say. And I'm saying, yeah, rather than doing that, because you've already done that egregious shitty thing that you made up shit I didn't say, and when I ask you to actually give me the thing I did say that led you to paraphrase shit that you made up about what I'd said, and I hadn't, I'd rather you just did now after making shit up I haven't said, repeat something I have. And it seems you can't.
Okay. No, calm your tits. You'd said that there's no
Get rid of this guy. I don't want to talk to him anymore. Get rid of him. Don't want to talk to him. Don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to someone who tells me to calm my tits. Fuck off. You globe-believing
calm
dickhead.
your breasts. I'm sorry.
Get rid of him. I don't want to talk to him. He's just told me to calm my tits while he talks through me. Prick. You're a disingenuous prick who makes shit up about your opponent's words. And I don't like you. That's why I don't like you. You're a prick. You're someone who, if we're in each other's company, I'd make it really clear that I'm getting quite aggressive with you. And what might happen to you as a result of your disingenuous lies and scumbaggery about things I haven't said. Now, when it comes to things I have said, you haven't got a fucking clue. You don't know. Because you haven't listened to anything I've said to you. I already know that. Another reason I don't want to communicate with you. Because when asked, can you paraphrase something I actually did say to you back? No, you can't.
Yet I heard it about 15 times loud and clear. The sky is not a vacuum.
Yeah. I heard your shitty arguments and can paraphrase your shit back to you. Yeah? About intermolecular forces? Yeah? About centrifugal forces? About gravity that's not a force? I listened to you. Yeah? Now I'm paraphrasing. That means generally what you said, but not exact quotes. What you said. You can't do that. You didn't listen to a single word I said to you.
May I make a plea on his behalf that we move on to the Earth curve measurements, since that would be relevant to the conversation.
Fair enough.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. So I was going to bring up LIGO. You've probably heard of it, but it has to be perfectly straight in order to operate. The laser has to be straight. I've been inside the control room myself on a tour. It has to be straight for the laser to shine through. It shines through a vacuum, so there's no bending, there's no refraction, no anything. But the level changes over the 4 kilometers of the straight arm. The level changes in such a way that you can back calculate the radius of the Earth because it's perfectly straight, not level.
And how do you measure that?
You measure the level of the actual concrete arm that's 4 kilometers long. It's like a laser interferometer. It's like a laser beam that's 4 kilometers long. It has to be perfectly straight for the laser to shine through the vacuum.
Gotcha. That's not what he's asking. Stop a sec. Just chill. We heard the first time. We heard the first time. What he's asking is,
okay,
when you say it deviates, what's it deviating from?
Deviating from level.
So level is deviating from level.
You do not hear yourself?
No. Do you hear yourself? We're just going to summarise without hopefully a fundamentalist zealot chanting through the summary of you saying level's not level. Because it's deviating from level. So I haven't finished summarising you stupid shit and you're already opening your mic talking through me like a complete wanker. Yet you stupid idiot. You're describing a deviation from level and saying it can't be level because it deviated from level. That's stupid.
So the only part
okay, then. So we're just going to move on.
That is level.
Is this moving on from your stupidity then? Just going to move on, not acknowledging it. Small pause, then move on.
Clarify.
There's no clarity needed, you stupid idiot.
We're talking about curves, not level.
No, he's saying that the level of LIGO deviates. And how does he know? Well, because it deviates from a reference that is level while he interrupts that devastating idiocy being repeated again. He interrupted this reasonable man
that's not what I was saying.
That asked if he could be reasonable and tolerant with us. How does he know how much it deviates? What's it referencing? Well, it's referencing how much it deviates from level. Okay. Idiot.
Brilliant.
The only part of the 4-kilometer arm that measures level is in the very middle. It deviates to the right and to the left. It changes throughout the 4 kilometers.
Yeah, it deviates from level. You know it's not level because it deviated from level that you referenced how level it isn't when it deviated from the level. You're a shithead idiot. You're stupid. You're just stupid.
The center of
Shut up. We're done talking to you. What you're saying is idiotic, stupid, moronic, contradictory, and violates its own principle of level to describe the deviation from when you say Earth isn't level, because LIGO deviated from level. I know because I had a level reference to show how much it deviated from. That's idiotic.
It's a documented fact. The middle of it is at 2 kilometers is level, but none of the rest of it is.
Yeah, you know how level it isn't because it deviated from the level reference that you've got to describe it deviating from level. Therefore, it's not level. You're an idiot. Third time.
Level is just perpendicular to the force of gravity.
Perpendicular to horizontal.
That's all it is.
No, there is no force of gravity. We covered this with you earlier, and all you're going to do now is chant through us, reiterating something we've already objected to. So while I'm saying this, I've had to close my Discord line because I just don't want to raise my voice and get a sore throat while this wanker reasserts something we've already covered. There is no force of gravity to be perpendicular to. That's not what perpendicular is. 90 degrees to horizontal. But this wanker will chant through that devastates his nonsense waffle about forces of gravity being perpendicular to, when we've already taken apart a force of gravity. That will result in him chanting through me unless I'm stunned about it. You know, that's what I've got to contend with. This guy's an asshole. And he's just contradicted himself. He knows LIGO isn't level because it deviated from level. That's just so stupid, it's untrue.
You can directly measure it not being level, except for at the very center at 2 kilometers in the arm is level. And then you can directly measure the rest of it yourself. It's perfectly straight, but not level. That's a direct, documented fact. If you don't like it, then you can stick your head in the sand and pretend it doesn't exist.
We got it. We heard, thanks. We heard your contradiction in terms 3 times now. Can you shut up now? We're done. Thanks, we heard.
It debunks flat Earth.
Sorry, shithead. Oh my God. This is why we mute you wankers. So you think that after losing badly and contradicting yourself, you can spew out that it debunks flat Earth? What a wanker. What a wanker. I'd be made to look really stupid by saying level deviates from level. That disproves flat Earth. He'll spew through the top of his embarrassing defeat. That's just unreasonable behaviour. No, it doesn't debunk flat Earth. What? Because level deviates from level. No, you'll need level. Idiot. Doesn't debunk anything. It's just a contradiction in terms spewed by a moron.
Maybe we're using the word level.
But 2 kilometers, it's like a 1.22 miles. Maybe he's only using the for saying there is a curve, you know.
No, he's talking about level. He's not mentioned anything to do with curvature.
I know. He need to say that it's dropping away from that level.
So we'll need to measure a reference. So we'll need a reference then, won't we? Yeah, so we need a reference for that. We'll need a flat Earth to describe this deviation from the level.
Well, guys, it's perfectly straight, but it's curving.
Yes, he says the machine, the arm of the machine changes, not the surface.
But he started off saying the lasers had to be perfectly level, but then they curve away from level.
Exactly. Are there any flat surfaces or level surfaces on a sphere, Nathan?
No. That's stupid.
End the story.
But level isn't level, Neil. We know how level it isn't because we can show how it deviates from level. Therefore, it isn't level.
I got a question. Is the machine using mathematics or equations?
I don't
A
know.
machine? No, it's just a straight concrete tube.
Who cares? You're going to need a horizontal plane of reference. That would be level for it to deviate from. To describe the description you're appealing to, you need level in the first instance to have it deviating from. But you're trying to violate level in your description so that the level the laser must be isn't really level. And you know how level it isn't because you can show how it deviated from the level. That's a lot of levels that you need. You need a flat Earth for this. For God's sake.
Nathan, you and everybody listening can go there yourself. They're open to the public on Saturdays. Measure it yourself. You can see it's a perfectly straight concrete line. And if you measure the level, it's going to change.
Welcome to Flat Earth. Thank you very much. Yeah, if we measure the level, we're going to need a horizontal plane of reference to describe the deviation from it, aren't we?
Yeah, only the...
Yeah! See how quickly we heard the little yep? Really quick, that acknowledgement. Yeah, we're going to need a flat Earth for this, dickhead. We're done with you. Stop
No, you aren't.
babbling through the conclusion.
This
you
is
don't
a
need to
direct
fundy
measurement that
mute
the
me
Earth
like you're
cannot be
doing.
flat.
It's another time where this chanting zealot's going to have the line closed. I don't want to spare my voice. I don't want to shout through this wanker who's in pain. Yeah, because he's been defeated. He's spewed his nonsense, waffle. He's conceded how we'll need a horizontal plane of reference to describe the deviation from it. Yep. And then immediately wamble through the top of it. Yeah, wanker. Piss off.
He just said that the
It's
concrete
perfectly
tube
straight.
is straight. And I assume that concrete tube is on the ground, so it's also straight, level.
Yeah, they need a flat Earth more than we do. And when it comes to we pointing out that Earth's measured flat for that, they go, no, the axiomatic principle of levels, not level. Why? Well, because I can show how it violates it. It's deviating. Look, here's the measurements. You can check for yourself the measurements. Oh, right. So the deviation is described from what? Well, from level, of course. You're like, you bloody idiots. What are you on?
You just don't understand large spheres.
No, I understand that he needs level. It implicitly requires level. And he doesn't have it. So he needs a flat Earth to describe his paradigm. We've been pointing that out for about 2 years.
Yeah, the really big sphere is an appeal. What is it called? It's a special pleading fallacy. If you measure a segment of a horizontal line, and you call that level, as we do, it's still a horizontal line. It doesn't matter how far it goes. Nothing's going to change that.
That was Anybody riveting. Got any Earth curve measurement proof?
No, we covered that earlier.
We said that was riveting.
Yeah. They need a horizontal plane to measure to assert that there's a point below the surface level called Earth curve, Neil. They also need a flat Earth for that. It's on screen now. Surface level and eye level are parallel with one another. You need to measure your height above the surface level and with respect to the parallel eye level with it to derive this calculation of a hidden value below the surface level that's flat when measured. So they need to measure a flat Earth for everything. There is no exception. Earth's measured flat.
So it's a pseudo Earth curve calculator.
Yeah, pseudo Earth curve. You could call it that. Sham Earth curve calculator, fake Earth curve calculator, because you're measuring Earth flat to assert it in a calculation.
Yep. Well, the actual full title, they just took some words out. What it actually is the flat Earth resolution loss curve calculator. It has to do with the loss of resolution and its relationship between eye level and surface level.
It's loss of perspective. That's what it's losing.
Yeah, precisely.
Then hijacks it.
Yep.
Yep. Slightly looming non-standard refraction hyena holographic projections are described in the begging the question proof of nothing perspective hijacking Earth curve calculator.
And I haven't heard that in a while. We back to 2015. We back to 2015 or what?
We certainly are.
How do you explain Antarctica on the flat Earth though? Because it's much bigger on the flat Earth than the globe Earth.
How do we hold on? That was a lot to unpack. How do we explain Antarctica on a flat Earth? Because it's much bigger on a flat Earth. Did you say?
Yeah.
Who asserted Antarctica was anything, anywhere of any size? Give us a quote.
Well, if you have a flat Earth, it goes around the world on the flat Earth, right?
Did you hear what I just said? Who said Antarctica?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
What did I just say?
You were saying who's saying what size it is or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, it's got to have a size, right? Are you saying?
No, don't tell me what it's.
So
you're saying. So this is your claim, then, shithead. You claim Antarctica's massive. How the fuck would you know? Have you measured it? So this is your claim. You say it would have to be. So this is you saying it, then. Why? Have you measured it, idiot?
Have you measured it?
I wasn't claiming to have measured it, you stupid shit for brain, strawman burning fucktard. Hey, fucktard! What you're doing is attempting to burn a strawman. And in reality, what I've done is taken that shithead strawman that you thought you were going to get to use and turned it into your stupid claim. Now, what's going on for you is you can't fucking believe what's happening. I'm charging you with your claims of what Antarctica could be, or should be, end quote, you. It should be, should it, shithead? When did you fucking measure it?
No, I haven't measured it, no.
Well, then shut the fuck up about Antarctica, you complete retard.
Why are you getting mad? Why are you getting
Because I'm dealing with a retard. That's you. You are a retard, and you annoy me greatly with your stupid shit you say about how Antarctica should be big on a flat Earth. What a fucking retard. I'm annoyed because you're a fucking retard. Is that clear?
No, it's not clear.
Is this going to be an insult based on nothing because you're a bit upset about me pointing out how stupid you are? Are you going to now try and insult me?
No, I'm not insulting you. I'm genuinely asking how big is Antarctica on the
What
flat
you're
Earth?
genuinely doing is stuttering, you little bitch.
How big? And then he asked again, how big is Antarctica?
I didn't make a claim about it.
How big is it on the flat Earth?
Sorry, did I make myself clear when I asked for a quote in regards to who's asking this question and then tied it down to you? Are you having a conversation with yourself, sir?
No, I was asking you. How big is it?
I don't make a claim about it. It's the third time I've said that. Are you deaf?
Okay, how can we know how big it is?
Are you having this conversation with me or yourself?
With you.
Why?
Yourself,
Are you dense? What part of I don't make a claim about it fourth time? Do you not understand, you abject retard?
I didn't say you were making a claim. I'm saying how
So why are you asking me then, you stupid idiot? Are you dense? Why the hell are you asking me then? It's because you had a straw man, sir. It's because, while the White Knight pipes up, it's because he had a little straw man to burn, didn't he? About what I say Antarctica should be. And it failed miserably, and he got called a fucking retard for it, didn't he? Yeah, you tried to burn a straw man, sir, and it failed. Yeah? That's what happened. You just can't quite believe what's happened, and now you're talking while I summarise what's happened. Yeah, I know, it's painful for you, because you've been made to look like a thick twat by me. Nathan Oakley, a flat earther, making you look stupid with your assertions about how big Antarctica should be on a flat earth. What a muppet you are. Are you one of those stupid retard flat earthers with a retard flat earth map that got debunked in Antarctica? Are you one of those retards?
There's many flat earthers who believe Antarctica has a size.
You're one of them. You're a retard who thinks you know how big it is even though you haven't measured it. What a dickhead. That's not me though, dickhead. Did you want to burn a straw man like that was me? No, it's you. You're that dickhead.
I think you're misunderstanding.
I think you're stuttering. I think you're stuttering. I think that's
I'm not stuttering at all.
I think you're stuttering, sir. I don't think you're going to get to burn this straw man. I don't claim anything about Antarctica. I have paraphrased a claim third hand from a man who went there for 18 months, who said he did not see a 24-hour sun down there. Now, but for retroactive continuity, I can only assume he was telling me the truth, and that has changed. And now we do see a 24-hour sun, according to footage that's been presented to us. But I don't make any antipodal assumptions about being on a ball, and all the measurements that it's given us are flat Earth measurements. So the only thing I conclude from Antarctica, is that's what you're fishing for, is that they measured Earth flat down there. Down being an antipodal assumption you make and I don't.
I think you misunderstood the question.
No, I definitely didn't.
Yeah, I think you did.
No, I definitely identified the straw man fallacy in your question about how big Antarctica was on a flat Earth map. I'm paraphrasing. That means repeating back what you've said, but without being a verbatim quote. What you actually said to me, and then taking a dump on it by pointing out I don't make any claims. What I do is point out people's affirming the consequent fallacy with a 24-hour sun when making a downward antipodal assumption. I'm quite concise in summarising my rebuttal to what you've put to me, because I did listen and I do understand you. You, on the other hand, are a fucking retard. And you're being told that based on your behaviour. It's demonstrable, and you're being told it by me, a flat earther, with righteous indignation.
What behaviour? I'm asking a genuine question.
You're stuttering. That's what you're doing. Second time.
You misunderstood this. You think I'm
you stuttering little bitch. Something? I think you should sit down, you retard.
You could insult all you want.
I'm not insulting you. It's a demonstrable fact. You are a retard. You done now, retard? Do you want to sit down, or do you want to keep stuttering at me? You done stuttering at me, or are you going to sit down now? You've been defeated badly. Sit down. Shut up.
But I wasn't claiming you're making a claim about Antarctica. I was asking a genuine question.
Oh, weren't you? Oh, it seemed like it. It seemed like I pulled apart that straw man and took a giant steaming dump on it, and then called you a retard because the only one saying it was you, making it your claim. Remember? Yeah, I definitely listened and definitely humiliated you for it, and you're definitely going to see the need to interrupt me pointing that out again, aren't you? I've told you. You've been defeated badly based on your shitty straw man you tried to burn, and all you've got now is your interruptions incessantly through the top of me summarising how stupid you behaved. It's not an insult. It's a summary of your performance, shit for brains.
Shit for brains.
I have a question.
More coherent question?
Yeah, I have a question.
More coherent than the last one?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be a very coherent question. Well, it depends on what your definition of coherence is going to be.
Obviously. Go ahead.
Feel free.
What's going to be sufficient evidence for you to admit that the Earth is a globe?
Measurements of a globe. You got any?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have them.
No, I'm asking you. That's a question.
Yeah, your question was... Yeah, okay, yeah, I got you. You're repeating yourself. Your question was, what would I accept for proof of a globe? My answer was measurements. Do you have any?
You said yes. So the next thing is provide the measurement.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, so what standard of measurement?
So give me measurements now. Go. Of a globe.
Just put my
So you're muttering.
I bet $5.
I'm talking for myself.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. My name is Nathan Oakley. Address me as sir. When you give me flat Earth measurements claiming that they're globe measurements. Go. Give me your measurements, and I'll point out where you measured a flat Earth with them. Don't talk while I'm talking. Your opportunity is in the protracted silences you leave when I answer your question. What would it take to get me on the globe? Or maybe you could send me down to Antarctica so I could stand in front of a camera with a hoodie on and tell everybody how I was wrong like Jaren did. No, I'm not a fucking retard. What I'd accept is measurements of a globe. Give them me. And when you do, accept the strong tongue you get back when I point out how Earth's measured flat in your claim to be globe measurements that you're yet to give me. Give them me now.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting them.
Earth's measured flat, sir. No, that's okay. No, that's okay. You don't have anything then. So why are you asking me what it would take to get me on a ball that you have nothing to prove you're on a ball with? I know I'm on a flat plane. Earth's measured flat. If you were to now ask me for Earth measurements of a flat plane, I could give you many, many examples. If you then said, no, I've got ball measurements, I'd then take those ball measurements and show you where Earth was measured flat in your ball measurements. Earth is measured flat. Nothing will ever change how Earth is measured. It is flat. Your belief in a globe, sir, that you're asking me about what I could do to believe in like you believe in, was also made using those flat Earth measurements that you seem fit to interrupt. You see fit to interrupt me, the one who's got obviously more knowledge on this than you, the one who does have measurements.
True. You wanted measurement. There it is inside chat.
He didn't use sir. He didn't use sir when he said they're inside chat.
I'm not gonna address someone as Sarah when they're lowly at intellectual.
No worries. Hold on. He says he's got measurements.
Read it, everybody.
Hold on. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Guys, Nathan, I've dropped him in Master B.
Aristophanes. He's giving us Eratosthenes. Are you having a laugh? Eratosthenes measured Earth flat. Dickhead.
No.
Sorry, dickhead. I'm just guy. We got your link. Now you can sit down and shut up while I point out that Eratosthenes measured Earth flat with elevation angle measurements. He measured angles on a flat plane.
No, he didn't. You're misscrewing the experiment.
Yeah, he did.
That was completely done.
Right, what did
if you want to show me the same,
you say no.
I wasn't done.
You say no. Okay, I got it. I heard your objection.
If you want the same courtesy,
guy, you've got to shut up while I talk.
When you speak, you're going to show me.
Oh my god. Yeah, I heard you say no. It's not just you talk while I talk, so it's not a defeat. What did Eratosthenes measure? Go.
What you said there. Again, I'm muting you until you show me the same courtesy. So,
what did Eratosthenes measure? Sorry, if this guy's muting me on my own show so he doesn't have to listen to me, kick him out. No, you either listen to me and respond to me or you piss off. What did Eratosthenes measure? That's me engaging in the debate you've put forward. You've sent a link. Eratosthenes, it says at the top. Measuring Earth with Eratosthenes is the title. What did he measure? Go. Not I'll mute you until I get to talk. Piss off then. Eratosthenes measured Earth flat with elevation angles.
He measured 2 angles of sunlight of 2 locations.
Oh, angles?
So
Sorry, angles. Angles are straight lines, shithead. They're not curved lines.
Angles are straight line?
Yeah, welcome to flat Earth. He measured Earth flat with those straight lines that aren't curving.
That's not true. Again, why are you...
sorry, it's not true that Eratosthenes measured angles.
No, he used angles.
Yeah, he measured them.
Yeah, measuring the angle of the sun.
Yeah, measuring Earth flat. Yeah, with elevation angles. They're called elevation angles.
Yeah,
that's what he's... Why are you talking while I'm talking? Will this be you winning? If you keep talking while I'm talking, will it be you winning? Is this you winning? This is the fundamentalist select globe mute button, by the way. He'll moan later if he has to put on server mute while he's talking while I'm talking. He's measuring elevation angles. You decided that you were going to mute me while I asked you what he was measuring. Now, we've got 2 angles. Now, they're very specific types of angles. They're called elevation angles. Did you know that, sir?
Are you done?
Non-responsive. They're elevation angles off a flat plane that Eratosthenes is measuring. He asked if I was done, which was non-responsive. It's only talking while I'm talking. Asking if I'm done in a protracted silence isn't confirming the elevation angle measurement of a flat Earth that Eratosthenes is measured. That's a measurement of a flat Earth right there, sir. I said I'd call you names when you presented your flat Earth evidence and claimed it was a globe measurement, but it's actually an angle. That's 2 straight lines. How the fuck can that be a measurement of curve? He's only measuring elevation angles. This guy can only interrupt when he loses. It's the Glurf trick. Now, if I was to mute him, this isn't my server, I can't. But if I was, it'd be Nathan mutes people. Shut your channel, shut your... Nathan mutes. No, I'm telling you that he's measured a flat Earth. They're angles, straight lines, not curved lines.
It's funny how you misscrew studies.
Is it just me, or is this guy chanting straight through the middle of me? It's just me, or is he just now shouting through me? He's shouting through me. I'm just going to have to appeal to the moderators because I was in the middle of a statement. He's decided it's too painful. He will use his mute button on me. So I'll just appeal to the moderators, and rightly so. No, we got to the point where I told you that you'd say you got globe measurements, and when they came, I'd point out how Earth's measured flat in them, and Eratosthenes is measuring 2 straight lines, an angle, an elevation angle, off the surface of Earth. Straight lines aren't curved. He's definitely not measuring curve. He's measuring straight lines. He's measuring a flat Earth. That is a fact. He doesn't have to like it. What that bitch Glurf can do is chant through me, though, can't he? Maybe appeal to Toon. McToon will say that I've muted you. No, you just chanted through the fact you measured Earth flat. By the way, McToon, the guy who put this shit out that I mute people, even if I'm in a different server that I don't run, is because he also measures Earth flat with elevation angles like they did in Antarctica. He's presented flat Earth measurements also, like Eratosthenes, with his flat Earth elevation angles that couldn't be curved measurements. They're straight lines for an angle. I'm done.
People can't be this stupid.
Yeah, so again, you're just miscrewing the whole fucking study of the experiment.
Now he's swearing at me. Yeah, fuck you, Glurf. You're a dumb shit motherfucker who measures Earth flat when you claim you're measuring a globe. You think you can just swear at me? Yeah, I can muster some disdain too, you stupid twat. I can tell you to go fuck yourself too. Yeah? Go fuck yourself. Eratosthenes measured Earth flat, motherfucker. I can do it too.
I'm swearing.
Did he say miscrewing?
Well,
yes,
he's
he
claiming
did.
in the chat that he's claiming in the chat that he did not use elevation angles.
Oh, he didn't.
There's Eratosthenes right here. First line, ancient Greek astronomer Eratosthenes was the first man to measure the size of Earth accurately. His method was very simple. He measured the angle. I should say that again. Measured. Scratching my head. Should we need to re-clarify? No, I'm pretty sure we all know that he's measuring something. The angle. Angles have got straight lines meeting at vertices, right? No, not curved ones, right? I'm not misinterpreting what it says on his cited source, Liber text, physics, about measuring Earth with Eratosthenes and how we're measuring an angle. So we're not measuring curve. We're measuring straight lines. Okay, he's measuring Earth flat, dickhead. How do my fucking nuts taste? You want to swear at me? My name's Nathan Oakley, the one with the salty testicles teabagging you after metaphorically shooting you in the face with a flat Earth measurement that Eratosthenes made. Earth is measured flat. Remember my name, bitch. It's Nathan Oakley.
So, are you done?
Yeah, done measuring Earth flat with Eratosthenes angles. They're straight lines he measured, not curved.
No.
No.
Let me know when
Do you
you're
think chanting no through the top of me reiterating that Eratosthenes absolutely measures Earth flat? I've just read the first line off your source.
Out, right?
Keep chanting, bitch. He measured Earth flat with angles. It's on the first line of your source. Tell me no, bitch. Tell me no, bitch. Yeah, he did. He measured Earth flat, bitch. Maybe swear at
no,
me.
he didn't.
Yeah, I can raise my voice too, bitch. I can talk loud too, bitch. Yeah, Earth is measured flat by Eratosthenes. You glurf bitch. Exactly as I said. I said, this guy will go and get Earth measurements, and when he does, I'll call him names, because he'll be measuring Earth flat. And that's exactly what happened, you little bitch. Enjoy the taste of my nuts.
So, again, the reason why he didn't measure the Earth to be
Stuttery,
flat,
he
like
did
you
measure
wanna
it. It's
say
on the
here.
first line. He did measure it. It's on the first line. Sorry, this guy's going to lie. Glurf scum lying. No, it says it on the first line. Measure. It says it on the first line. Now he's saying he didn't measure. Lying Glurf. Yeah, he did. He's only not measuring now because the measurement he made was of a flat Earth. So suddenly the Glurfs have all got to say Eratosthenes didn't measure Earth. Yeah, he did. He measured it flat. Enjoy the aftertaste.
To bleed or not to bleed? That is the question.
Yeah, he measured it to bleed. That's what he said.
He measured Earth flat. That's just a fact. Exactly like I told him.
Yeah, so can you explain to me why the shadows weren't at the same angle, but they were at different angles then?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? So he's conceding that we're measuring angles on Earth then? So we're definitely measuring angles. What's an angle? Two straight lines meeting at vertices? Oh, that would be straight line then, not a curved line. So we're not measuring a curved Earth then. The shadow on the surface that he measured was an angle. So it's a flat Earth he's measuring then, with a straight line. Yeah, we're all clear. Earth's measured flat.
Well, he's now claiming he measured an angle. Yeah? He's now claiming he's measured an angle. In the chat, he says he didn't measure an angle. You idiot.
Oh, sorry. So he's decrying the
no, he
cited
didn't measure
source.
the angle because he couldn't measure the angle because the angle was curved. You retarded flat earther.
Oh, so you could just decry this. Okay, no worries. No, let's just summarise. No, hold on, QE. Let's just take that as read then. So when it says in this source that Eratosthenes measured Earth, he didn't. You're saying that Eratosthenes is a load of shit and we can just disregard this guy's source. Okay, no worries. This man says he couldn't get an angle because Earth was curved. So we'll just throw Eratosthenes' claim to be radial acquisition in the bin then. Because he couldn't measure an angle. according to that glurf dickhead.
You can keep coping. That's why you don't want to answer the simple question: why the shadows wasn't at the same point?
Albanian, shut your pie hole and listen up.
Why the shadows wasn't at
past
the
the hour.
point? What?
The
What the hell
Viking
does that
posted
even
something
mean?
you might want to learn how to read. There's 2 images. The second one that says flat Earth's reality was how it was done. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
I'm happy to throw it in the bin. Look, if he says he can't get an angle, then we can't get an angle. Then this is garbage. No worries. According to the guy that objected, no, Eratosthenes couldn't measure Jack because he couldn't get an angle. Okay, in the bin it goes.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so
in the bin it goes.
I'm asking you the question since you're so intellectual.
Yeah, fuck
No,
you.
because you just
yeah,
came
you
on
notice
here
how
talking
the
about
second the ad hom started, the mod shut you down, dickhead. Yeah, I won. Enjoy the aftertaste. My name's Nathan Oakley.
Yeah,
Don't
but-
forget it.
He just came in talking about shadow angles and then claimed that there is no angle that was measured due to curvature. So he's just double speaking.
So I don't want to hear about Eratosthenes no more.
Nah,
He just threw it out.
He just threw it out.
They want our measurements.
Go on, John.
They want our measurements, but so that they can calculate their globe. Yeah, y'all can't have them no more. We're taking that away.
Fucking bastards. He jumped us.
Yeah, we got T-jump.
Yeah, we got T-jump for sure. T-jumping.
Yeah.
Reflecting.
Check out these elevation angles that prove how sphery Earth is. Well, they're elevation angles. That's a flat Earth you're measuring. He couldn't measure anything.
You dumb flat earther.
You just don't understand how little he could measure. You tell me how he couldn't measure it, you dumb flatty.
No, he said curved angles. He measured curved angles, you dumb flat earther.
It's a shame he didn't use Alberuni because he measured angles as well.
Yeah. All roads lead to a flat Earth. Earth will always be measured flat. That guy was told before he went and dug out his citation that whatever he got, I'd point out his flat Earth measurement and call him names. Now he's really upset about it. I mean, I can turn that on and off, by the way, mate. You know, that disdain I have for you is just put on his schnacked. I don't really care. But because I, was just holding up to my bargain that if you went and got some measurements of a globe Earth, I'd point out how Earth was measured flat in them and then call you names for a bit. Fun. Yeah, very amusing. 150 people watching you get called a dickhead and an idiot, and you telling us how your cited source is garbage because he couldn't really be getting an angle. Okie dokie, well done.
That's the whole point.
So
You should have let him
7-degree angle
explain it,
measurement.
though.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. You should have let him explain it, though. Maybe we gotta have a discussion after the show.
And let him explain how they're not acquirable angles.
No, he just posted a link. That's kind of disingenuous.
Well, no. So again, I'm just asking a very simple question because you guys are so much intellectual. So I'm asking this amazing question: why were the shadows
triggered? Just a little triggered bitch. Triggered bitch can't wait till you've.
At the beginning of my sentence, interrupt the middle of my sentence.
Albanian,
I was still talking.
Can you answer that simple question to me?
Hang on, Albanian. You posted something in regards to. Oh, sorry, QE, go.
Shout out to Pablo for gifting 5 memberships. Go ahead, QE.
I forgot what I was going to say.
He just
said something about him being disingenuous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He posted just a link. That's quite disingenuous. You should let people that just post links, they need to explain what their evidence is. Not you to go in, right? Because you know Eratosthenes.
Dumb it down for you. So
you need to let him,
by doing
as a counselor, explain and prove his case. Why is somebody talking through me?
Triggered Glurf, he can't cope. He's having to call you names and swear at you because I've just held up my end of the bargain and called him a load of names. Now he feels justified in calling you them while you're talking.
I haven't called him any names. I don't know why you're lying. Also, I didn't interrupt him.
Try again, QE.
Still talk. He's a fargan bastard.
There, the angle of 7.2 degrees is blah, 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 of full circle. You know the distance between Sunny and Alexander was approximately 800 kilometers. If 7.2 corresponds to 800 kilometers, then a full 360 degree corresponds circumference of 800 kilometers, x 50, 4,000 kilometers. More close to the modern measurement of Earth's circumferences, which is 4,775 kilometers.
You broke him, Nathan. You broke him. He's like in rant mode.
We broke you, Albion. Do you want us to go through how flat it is on your... is this diagram from him, right? Angle difference, 3 angles. Aristotle's experiment to measure Earth. Yeah, you see at the top there, Albion? Can you see that? Just take him off mute, see if he can contain himself for a bit.
Well, I'm done, bro. I'm gonna go. I have a wife. I'm gonna go cook some food with her.
Run, bitch.
What's his name?
Run, bitch.
No running. There is no running, right?
No
Like,
worries.
You can't answer a simple
you can pretend that you're going to do it. I'll just go through the flat Earth that's in your example that you gave us here while you waffle on about how you got to leave. I've put you on mute so I can show my audience without QE interrupting me how Earth must be measured flat for this angle. Now, while I'm pointing this out to the audience, I've now got a closed G+ line as well. How Earth is measured flat for this angle. In his diagrammatical example, he waffled non-stop and then ran like a coward, just to point that out.
I want to know where he's got these measured angles from when he couldn't measure an angle because we're dumb flat earthers.
He's measured them on a flat Earth. They're at the top of his diagram. It says angle difference, 3 degrees. And then it shows city A and city B on a flat Earth for his diagrammatical example of just how Earth is measured flat for these angles. It could only be a flat Earth or there wouldn't be angles. So he's measured Earth flat. Now, I realised that you had to take control, and I did it in my own internal way and closed down the Discord line because Albion was rumpusing me putting up the diagram he's posted.
Well, just in Master B, Nathan, this is from our chat in Master B, and this is why I'm asking the question: how did he measure these angles when us dumb flat earthers? He says he didn't measure the angle. You idiot! So, if he didn't measure the angle, and I'm an idiot, Albanian, where are these angles coming from? No, can't tell us.
He left. He said he's got a life.
That was just an obfuscation tactic so we didn't point out the angles coming off a flat Earth in his diagram.
Why did I always miss that flat part on the diagram? It's like a flat part.
John summarised it earlier. They need our flat Earth measurements to move forward in their globe faith, and we're just not going to allow them to do it anymore.
Nathan,
yes.
1, 2, 2.5.
Okay, then.
I guess I'll just stay.
Right, with that, I'm going to say, if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering Stream, I should really not be such a slob when I'm about to go on camera. Stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, though, if you are watching this live, this is where we bid you farewell. So, another massive thank you to all of you who smashed the super chat, liked, commented, shared, subscribed, joined as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, gifted memberships, and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I will see you all in the next video.